Hey, hi, hello, my name is Elisa, aka Essence of Elisa. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My channel is about helping women heal, up-level themselves, stepping into their power, and seeing themselves for who they truly are. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about fear. You know, those little voices in the back of your head that hold you back from doing the things that you want to do and hold you back from becoming the person that you need to become. So fear is something that we all have, right? It can be literally one of the most debilitating human traits that we have, in my opinion. So backstory, I've literally been working with kids for a number of years now, and I just find them to be some of the greatest gifts we can possibly bring to this earth. Since I have been working with kids, they have literally helped me learn and unlearn so many things about the meaning of life. It is literally unbelievable. It's like they are so untouched by society. It just goes to show how much we change from like when we're little and to adults. Kids have literally just not been conditioned by society yet. It is just the beginning for them, versus adults, it's like you've already been conditioned by society. You've already lived out a certain portion of your life and you've already been shaped by your environment. But the thing is, everything that kids soak up now as kids will shape them into who they are as an adult. So there's always going to be this natural fear that lives inside of us, right? But depending on how you grow up, like your nature versus nurture, how your parents parented you, who your friends were and who you hung around as you grew up, and just like basically your environment that you lived in will have a significant impact on you as you grow older later on down the road. There are a lot of kids out there who basically fear nothing. Sometimes it seems like they're invincible, but us as adults, we've learned to become so fearful of things, like even things that we face in everyday life, and we begin to hold ourselves back and limit ourselves because of this. We start to make excuses for our fears so we don't have to face them and continue to do what we are comfortable with and what we've been conditioned to do. So why is this? Like, what happened to the beauty of embracing the unknown? I think the simple answer is we just lost ourselves over the years through society and environmental conditioning. Like, we lost how to be like that invincible and that fearless kid. We have been so programmed to be like a certain way that anytime we go outside of something that is unfamiliar to us, we tend to go into like fear mode and panic mode because it is so unknown to us and so foreign to us. Now I know that there are so many things that we all want to do in life. I know that there's so many things that we want to accomplish. I know that there's so many things that we want to pursue just to say that we tried it. And we end up doing all this planning and taking those next steps just to later convince ourselves that it is just not possible for us. And that right there is the exact fear and the exact mindset that is holding you back. And I am here to tell you that those little voices that you hear in the back of your head are all lies, and those are just your limiting beliefs. And those voices there are there to try to get you to stay small and try to make you stay exactly where you are. It's like that little devil on your shoulder trying to get you to stay complacent and be comfortable where you've always been. So we can choose to listen to these voices, right? But what if we chose to acknowledge them and be aware that they're there, but we also chose to push past them? So it's obviously good to be aware of our fears, but it is not good to be stuck in fear and let it hold us back. The more you buy into these fears, the more you're going to stay in this feeling of feeling stuck. Like, trust me, I have literally experienced this, otherwise I would not be talking about it. I have literally waited 6 years to start my YouTube channel due to fear. Due to fear of failure, due to fear of success, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown, fear of people finding out about me, like some serious imposter syndrome. I just got to the point where I'm just like, I'm fed up with feeling small and I'm tired of limiting myself. I just have so many goals that I want to accomplish in life, and I know that being on social media will help me accomplish those goals. Like with social media, you have so much reach to different people all around the world, and I want to create more community in this world and bring women together, which is the goal of this channel and the reason why I started it in the first place. Look, I am in my late 20s and I know that I am not the only person that feels this way. No one gave us a rule book saying this is how you get to where you want to go in life. Like after college, it was literally like being thrown to the wolves. And I was just like, we have to be an adult now? Like, what? But as we get older, the fear starts to set in. But the real fear starts to set in after college because there is so much unknown. Like, we never really had a rule book on what to do in life as we became adults, but society has shaped a certain way of living for us that most people end up doing, which is obviously like go to school, get a job, get married, have kids, get a house, pay your bills, and retire by the age of 65. The thing is, we've been taught to play the safe route, but we don't have to do that. We can become whoever we want to become. We can be whoever we desire to be. We can be whoever we wish to be. And the only thing that is holding you back is you. Yes, society and our environment has shaped us, but it is up to you to unlearn and relearn and reprogram your mind in order for you to understand that anything is possible. So what is the one thing that you've been wanting to do? Write it down. Create a digital vision board and put it on your phone so you can see it literally every single day. Look, we all have to start somewhere, so plant that seed today and water every day and let it grow. I see a lot of YouTubers with thousands of subscribers, but I know they did not get there overnight. Like, I know that it took a lot of courage to push past their fears to get started and to keep going. I know that that will be me one day, inspiring thousands of women, but it's just not me yet. Diving into the fear of the unknown almost always has a scary beginning, but always a beautiful ending. I have done some pretty crazy things in life, and if people were to know, they would probably be like, well, why are you scared to start a YouTube channel? And it's basically because we have to get over that initial fear. Like, we have to push past the fear of starting anything new that we want to try. Like, this concept is not anything new, it's just as we get older, we get more complacent and comfortable with things that we know works. So fear will always exist because, like I said, it is pretty much a basic human instinct that we all have. It's just as we get older, it starts to become more intense because we've been so conditioned and programmed to think a certain way. There is just not one human out there that does not experience some type of self-doubt. It is just inevitable. But the point of fear is we have to conquer it. And how we do that is by getting started and to keep going even when those fears and doubts start to kick in. I think the best thing that we can do is become aware that it is there and that we do have fear. And fear is okay. It shows us that we are human and that we have a conscience. But once we become aware of our fears, we have to not continue to buy into our excuses that we make up for ourselves as to the reason why we cannot do something. We cannot become a victim to our circumstances. We have to have the willpower to not let fears take control of us. We have to decide that we are not going to let fear overpower us. We have to ultimately make the decision for ourselves that we are going to put fear into the background and take up more positive space and let the universe know that we are ready for expansion. When we open up for expansion, we feel more positivity, more optimistic, more light, more hopeful, and more alive. When we feel contracted, like closed off from fear, we feel more negativity, more pessimism, more disappointment, and more anxiousness. When we try to control our lives and stick to what is comfortable, but we know that we want more, it's just a recipe for self-sabotage and forever wondering, what if? Even the things and people we surround ourselves with can have a huge effect on how we see ourselves in the world. If there are people and things out there that are fueling your fears, that are inside of your life, then it is time to let those things go once and for all. Like, let the universe know that you are here and you are ready to push past your fears in order to start something new and in order to become the best version of yourself. So my last and final thoughts here are for you to take time for yourself to recognize your fears. And I think that you should write them down so at least you know that you're aware of them. And let go of the fear of the unknown, the fear of failure, the fear of success, the fear of judgment, the fear of being an imposter, the fear of people finding out about you, just all of the fears. Everything that you desire or want to become happens when you open yourself up for expansion to the universe. Like, I know I don't want to get to be 8 years old and wondering what if. Like, what if I didn't start my YouTube channel? Like, what if I didn't do this? What if I didn't do that? Like, I don't want to be asking myself these questions like, what if I gave into those fears? Like, what if I never started? Where would I be now? And I don't want that to happen for me, and I don't want it to happen for you either. Like, I know that you wouldn't want to become older and start wondering those questions too, like, what if you would have did this, or what if you would have did that? To me, that is one of the scariest feelings, and I think that is actually more scary than the fears that I have now. Let us start reframing our mindset and reprogramming our brains to know that we are capable of doing anything that we set our minds to. So fear will always be there, but we have to kick its ass and override it. Because what if everything you wanted went as planned? Just think about it. The journey of stepping into your fears and not letting it hold you back will not be an easy or a straightforward ride. It will be a bumpy ride, but the joy in looking back in it will be that you will be able to be proud of yourself and being able to conquer all your fears. So that is it for today's video. I hope that you all enjoyed. If you resonated with what I said, feel free to join my community by subscribing to my YouTube channel. There will be more exciting content to come this year. Comment down below if you can relate to this message. What are some things that are holding you back? Like, what are some of your fears? Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, peace, love, and light.